Honorable Speaker, it is out of this members' commitment, the 21 members from both sides of the political divide, that we are able to come up with this very bulky report that members will be able to go through and see that all the nominees that His Excellency the President communicated to the House and whose communication the Honorable Speaker delivered to this House, Honorable Speaker, were considered on merit. We also considered their suitability to serve in the offices that they have been nominated to. And Honorable Speaker, that the culmination of all those deliberations is this report that is before us, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, members will appreciate that there are certain issues that are put into consideration during approval hearings. And among the issues, Honorable Speaker, as provided in Section 6 and Subsection 7 and Subsection 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 2011, which provides that under 7, that an approval hearing shall focus on a candidate's academic credentials, professional training and experience, personal integrity, and their background. And in 8, the Act states that the criteria specified in the schedule shall be used by a committee during an approval hearing for the purposes of vetting a candidate. And Honorable Speaker, I want to confirm that it is this criteria that is set out in this particular section of Section 8, subsection 8 of Section 6 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 2011 that guided the committee. And indeed, Honorable Speaker, we did consider the academic credentials of all the candidates, their professional training. We did look at their experience in places where they have worked before. We did consider issues to do with their personal integrity as individuals and also in office for those who have held public and other private offices before. And also, Honorable Speaker, their background. And Honorable Speaker, I must indicate that some of the nominees did, as many members possess here, did possess a background that resonates with very many Kenyans who are hustling out there. And members who are here, Honorable Speaker, who would also be an inspiration to many Kenyans out there. And I must take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to particularly point out somebody like the Honorable Aisha Jumwa. In consideration of Aisha Jumwa's background, Honorable Speaker, and many Kenyans were watching, the Honorable Aisha Jumwa was not able to just take the committee through her very humble background and a very humble beginning in a family, in a huge family of 47 children. But she was able to clearly articulate the struggles that she has had to struggle through school, dropping out of school, getting pregnant and bearing children at a very young age in Form 2, but recollecting and picking up her life again, going back to school, educating herself all the way to university, Honorable Speaker, being elected and nominated as an MCA, eventually being elected as a Kilifi Women Rep and member for Malindi, and eventually, Honorable Speaker, running for governor. And as much as she never made it for governor, Honorable Speaker, finding favor in the eyes of the President to nominate her as Cabinet Secretary in charge of the public service, Honorable Speaker. And I remember her response to the Honorable Kosing when she told the Honorable Kosing that she is not just an inspiration to the girl child in Kenya, but particularly to the girl child in West Pokot, the county where the Honorable Kosing comes. And many of our backgrounds, many of our constituents in the counties, where young women, young girls are dropping out of school because of early pregnancies in their teenage years, others through forced marriages. And she stated that she is indeed an inspiration to many of these young girls who then can recollect themselves, pick up their lives, and be able to make something out of their lives. And I indeed want to commend the Honorable Aisha Jumwa. And even as we recommend her approval today, it is bearing in mind that she has demonstrated that despite the challenges that have been laid out in the minority report, and it is indeed true, as the Honorable Junet was indicating, there is indeed an appendix to this report, or at the back of the main report, Honorable Speaker, the last few pages you will find a minority report touching on the Honorable Mithika Linturi and the Honorable Aisha Jumwa. Honorable Speaker, it's important to note, and Honorable Junet did point it out, that it is indeed within the rights of any member of parliament sitting in a committee or even in plenary like this to debate, agree, and disagree And indeed, on the question of the approval, we did agree to approve all the nominees